What is your favorite kind of test question that instructors give? Is it multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank, or essay? If you're like most students, you probably did not say essay. But in higher learning and to assess more critical thinking skills, essay questions are given. So today's video gives you some important information that you'll need quite frequently in college. It is on how to answer an essay question. I want to give you some simple guidelines to follow for an essay type response. And more specifically, this is for short answer essay. An essay is an extended written answer. Now, just because something says to give an essay answer, it doesn't mean necessarily, multiple paragraphs or even multi-page answer. So what I'm talking about today, consider it as a short essay answer. So keep that in mind. And this would be a well-developed paragraph. Now, well-developed paragraph would have 6 to 8, really good sentences. And that's about all. We're going to start by using the short example of the Michael Jordan commercial. So let's review that.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw line and not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
Now, getting back to how to write an essay type answer, let's look at this prompt. Assuming the topics of grit and mindset have already been discussed thoroughly in class and how that relates to the intelligent practice formula or success, then you should be able to apply what you have learned to adequately answer this prompt. So using the transcript of Michael Jordan's video, explain how his words demonstrate grit and growth mindset. Define each term and use evidence from the text to support your answer. In this commercial, Michael Jordan has referred to these specific topics for his success. Well, if you remember, just like you have previewing, reading strategies before you actually read an article or text, it's the same thing here. You want to pre-think your answer before you start writing. Now, there are a couple of ways to do this. You want to make a quick outline, like on a paper or the paper that you're writing on, if it's allowed. This writing an outline will just help your flow of thoughts. It's also kind of like a memory dump too. So you get your thoughts and ideas on paper quickly. And write down the topic or topics. And remember, topic is just like the general subject. And you'll start with key introductory words. Using the Michael Jordan commercial as our sample, you would start by first creating a short outline on your paper. Notice short. It's only a 1-minute commercial, so it's obviously going to be short. And our essay answer is only 1 paragraph. For this example, you would want to probably include in your short outline the definition of growth mindset, definition of grit, and then you want to choose a line where Jordan displays his growth mindset and also choose a line from the commercial that proves Jordan is gritty. Now remember, of course, this is an outline, so you don't actually have to write down the definition of growth mindset in your outline, because you're going to be doing that anyway in your paragraph. You don't need to write it twice. You simply, can just put what I've put here on the slide. Just basic. And that tells you what to write in your paper or in your paragraph. An outline is more like phrases or gives you direction. Let's look at my example. So if I was going to do a quick outline, it could look something like this. But again, this is serving only as an example. Yours may look different. How detailed or precise you make your outline is up to you. But a key thing here is to make sure you have hit on all the points that the question has asked you to. And before you get down into the meat of writing the paragraph, a good rule of thumb is to paraphrase the prompt question as your first sentence. Now, why? Well, it helps you understand what's being asked and will help you make clear to yourself what you need to answer. I mean, you don't want to leave anything out or misunderstand what's being asked. So this first task of turning the prompt question into an introductory sentence using your own words, it clarifies for you and lets your instructor know too that you are clear on the question, that you don't misinterpret it in some way. I also want to add that by doing this, it gets the flow going for your paragraph. It sets it on track, this first sentence. It lets us know what you're going to talk about. Here's an example. You may paraphrase the prompt question like this. Michael Jordan demonstrates both grit and growth mindset in his commercial, Maybe It's My Fault. And then from there, you would just follow your outline. As you are writing your answer, you definitely want to pay attention to correct principles of English composition. For starters, that means you have to have a definite, clear thesis statement or main statement of purpose. Usually this is the first sentence or very close to the beginning sentence. Next, you want to make sure you have clear explanations to back up the main concept that you stated. And finally, remember, you want to be sure that each paragraph has a main idea with supporting details or descriptive examples. Now, nobody wants to read a drab or boring paragraph, so be creative with your descriptive adjectives and your vocabulary. With your sentences, it is expected that you are using correct grammar, correct spelling, and correct punctuation. Like something simple, as in starting sentences with capital letters, right? Check and double check your punctuation too. I know we are so used to texting each other nowadays, but this is not how you write your papers. You also want to identify key words in the question. An essay question will give either verbs or very specific keywords to direct you on what to do. Just look for them. It helps sometimes too, as you spot them, just go ahead and circle them so that your focus is specifically on that task. And then at the end, when you've written your paragraph, as you do a review of your answer, you can check these keywords that you circled to make sure that you actually completed the task. I wanted to include these examples as you should become familiar with them, as you may see them in some of your classes that ask for essay-style answers. There are more than these that are listed. This is just a sampling. Direction words like summarize, survey, discuss, explain They're asking you to review an idea or concept in your own words. If you see these directional verbs, on the other hand, trace, outline, list, diagram, solve, well, they're asking for a set of items or ideas that were presented to you in a lecture or in your readings and require a little bit more precise wording of items by giving numbers or steps. Let's look at this prompt again. Do you notice 1, 2, or even maybe 3 direction verbs? Here we have the use of the word explain. Remember, that means to review an idea in your own words. We also have the verbs define and also use evidence. So that would direct you on what to do in your answer. I want to finish by saying that when you finish writing your essay answer, no matter if it's a short answer essay like the one from Michael Jordan, you should always, and I mean always, go back and review your answer. Reread your question too and ask yourself, did I answer all of the question completely? Read your answer just to make sure. Then do another read just to improve upon your vocabulary or to check for any grammatical errors. Well, I hope this tutorial video helps you with your assignment and any upcoming short answer essays, or longer essays for that matter. Put this strategy or process to use the next time you write.